So the past few days I've been absolutely obsessed with videos on outer space, reading about it online. Everything to do with the universe, to different galaxies, to neutron stars, to, black holes. Obviously to people who have, an education in astrology or physics, to them this is just simple stuff. But to me it was just so interesting to learn about all these different theories and I guess truths in the universe. So what really intrigued me with outer space was the vastness of it and how much bigger it really is than I thought. How much bigger the solar system is the same thing as the solar system, meaning they think the Milky Way is just comprised of the solar system, and beyond our solar system there's other galaxies. Well, that is not the case. The galaxy is probably as big or bigger as what you thought the universe is. So just to give you an idea, let's say the Earth is a grain of salt. Then the solar system would be the size of a massive Olympic stadium. Just the solar system. Now imagine the solar system is a grain of salt. Then the Milky Way would be the size of an Olympic stadium. Big, right? Well, that was an understatement. If the solar system was a grain of salt, the Milky Way would be 1,000 times bigger than the Olympic Stadium. So the Milky Way is just so big that it's, we'll never leave it. Astronauts will never be able to leave the Milky Way. At least not for now. To help explain how big the Milky Way is, I'm going to have to use a measurement tool called a light year. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. And they'll say, well, it's a measurement of time. Well, it's not really a measurement of time, it's a measurement of a distance. Light travels 300,000 kilometers per second. It's the fastest thing possible. And so the closest star to us is 4.3 light years away, and there's hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy, all spread out about the same distance. So that's absolutely ginormous. So how big is the Milky Way in terms of light years? Light years is so far. I don't know, maybe is it 10 light years across, which is ginormous? By the way, for the sun to get to the Earth, light takes 8 minutes, which is still pretty far. Okay, so how big is the Milky Way? Its diameter? 100 kilometers? 100 light years? 1,000? 5,000? 10,000? It's actually 100,000 light years across. It would take light 100,000 years to go from one end of the Milky Way to the other. So, and you can't understand the vastness of the Milky Way because it's so big that compared to us, we're just little specks of, I don't even know how to put it into terms because the Milky Way is so big that Earth is like a grain of salt compared to a grain of salt compared to a grain of salt compared to a grain of salt, like all being shrunk down from the size of the Earth to grains of salt. So that's how big it is. I'm going to continue watching videos on outer space because it really interests me. And by the way, I just want to say that when I look at outer space and how interesting and big it is, it actually encourages my belief in God 100%, because I believe that only somebody as powerful as God, well, not even somebody, I phrased that wrong, only God, who has infinite power, can create an infinite vast universe, and probably infinite more universes. So yeah, I know Einstein also believes in God. I'm sure a lot of astrologists do. Astrologists or astronomers, I don't know what the term is, but I'm sure they do also. And yeah, I thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I'm talking about outer space. It's a different concept, something that's been interesting me lately, so I decided to make a video on it. If you have any suggestions for, YouTube series for me to watch, or, TV shows or stuff to read, books, please leave them below if you have any questions or you have anything to teach me about something about the universe. You could surely leave it in a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.